everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the Road to 2000 series. Now, as you can see by my rating, I actually did play a game off camera, and I ended up winning. So I'm currently at my peak rating of 1,942, so maybe we can hit 1950 today. That would be awesome. So let's start a game. Alright, and we get paired against somebody quite a bit lower than me, so I'm only going to earn 10 from this game or lose 2. So that kind of sucks, to be honest, because this person's probably not that much worse than me, like, rating-wise, but you know what? Like, that's what you have to deal with in the future once I'm a higher level. So anyways, they've started off with some c5. So I guess this is Sicilian. It's not telling me the opening because of the weirdchess.com glitch. I guess I'll play d3. So, alright. They play this. Maybe they're planning on that. And I guess I'll castle. Alright, they're playing this. They have some plans maybe on going here. So maybe let's play a3. Because, I mean, they played a6, so I'm not really wasting a move. And now I guess I could play knight c3, slide the bishop back. And this will be a pretty interesting position, I think. I don't know whose position's better here, to be honest. I mean, I kind of like my opponent's position, but at the same time, I think my position's pretty decent, too. I feel like by an engine standpoint, my position's a little bit better, but I think... Ooh, wait a minute, did I blunder? Oh man, I think I did. What am I doing? Come on, I knew something like this might happen, but I didn't realize until that much later. Oh no. This sucks. Why did I do this to myself? Okay, well, we're down a piece on move 12. That's very fun. Very fun. I need to focus more. I definitely do need to focus more, because that was pretty horrible right there. Yeah. I knew some sort of really embarrassing blunder was going to happen at some point, but at the same time, that really sucks. That's the type of thing that 2000 me can no longer fall for once I hit 2000. But I'm still a 1900 noob. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah. Anyways, let's play this. He's probably not going to take, because why would he give up the bishop pair like that? But if he does take, it's very understandable also. And I guess I should play this? I don't know. Like, maybe I just need to go for an attack. Because that's the only chance I really have of winning this game. Yeah, and this is just really bad. He might sacrifice, to be honest. And if he does, like, he has some pawns. Oh, no. He probably thought about it, but there's no point in giving up the extra piece just yet. So I guess I'll go here. And we'll see what happens. I think this can still be a pretty fun position. It's just that he's completely winning already. I kind of want to go for some sort of tactics, maybe to win this bishop. The bishop simply moves out of the way, though, and now there's no chance of that. No, there's no point in doing that either. Yeah, let's bring the king up. We might as well get the king into the game. Alright, the queen goes there. And I think I should go here. We just really don't want any more trades in this position, because any trade leads me closer to a loss. So maybe we get rook e2 and rook here. Alright, the queen sacrifices. Or sorry, the knight sacrifices. Yeah, I can't believe I just allowed that. Now I'm completely dead lost. But you know what? We're gonna keep fighting. Let's keep fighting, and yeah, we're gonna lose this game. But stuff happens. And I just blundered my rook too. Yeah, this is horrible. Yeah, let's just resign. Yeah, okay, so I basically just lost all the elo I gained last game, and some, so yeah, not a good game by me. Let's do another game for this episode just because that was so short. And I get paired against someone even lower. Great. Let's play d5. I'm not even gonna be able to make it back to 1940. That's so upsetting. Yeah. Let's just play this. This time I'm gonna be way more cautious though. At least I'm the black pieces, and usually I'm a bit more careful with the black pieces, so this should be interesting overall. We're not really threatening anything. He's probably going to try to win his pawn back with e3. But not yet. He's going to wait a bit. Fair enough. And I guess we go here. Alright, the pieces are like this again. But we're not going to let it happen again. If he plays something like this, I'm taking, of course. But yeah, if the bishop takes and then I take back and he plays this, then I'll be on the lookout for this move. And yeah, we're not going to lose a piece again. That's for sure. That's for certain. Actually, we might take back with this pawn. That looks a lot better than the other pawn. What does knight here do? That doesn't look like a good move. I guess the plan is if I play this, they're going to go here. But then I simply castle, I think, and I'm doing pretty well. So, yeah, maybe we take first. Do we take first? I think we do. Yeah, let's do this. That just feels right. There we go. Oh wait, also I'm silly. The queen can just be captured. Maybe this is not the right time for me to be playing chess. I don't know. And also maybe I should have just taken this pawn. Let's just castle, you know, and let's take advantage of my extra development. Nice and early on. We're threatening this pawn. They've got to take with something, and then we're going to throw in this check. Or we're going to take the free pawn, which might have some counterplay in store for them, but it's hard to tell. They might play bishop takes, actually, so that they don't have to move it. Okay, they would go queen there. I guess let's take, then. That's actually a pretty smart move, to be honest, queen there. But anyways, now maybe we play this, so we can prepare b5. Alright, they castle nice and safely. So yeah, let's play b5, and then let's go here. Let's just hope they don't have any cool tactic ideas, like maybe c4 in the future. And we're gonna try to reroute this knight, get it on a nice square. Probably not f5, because then they take. And yeah, I think this position is a lot better than the previous one. So yeah, let's go here. We're gonna review both games, by the way, this episode. So yeah, that'll be pretty fun. All right, they go there. I guess that's kind of smart. Let's go here. We might as well take, because if I don't take, maybe I'm just letting them get some good material. If they go rook here, then I probably take. Actually, maybe I should have just taken immediately. Yeah, that probably would have been the play. Alright, I guess we take now. And then let's go here. We're gonna threaten to put our queen on h4 and take this pawn. Alright, they go there. That's actually kind of smart. But now I think we attack the rook, and they're no longer defending, so then we can maybe, I don't know, I think we're still losing the pawn. Let's go here. We have to get this pawn out somehow. We have to get the pawn out of danger. And then I guess we go here. We just keep pushing it. Alright. And I don't think this is the worst position in the world. I think we are a little bit worse, though. That is a free pawn, I think. And then we go here. Yeah, I think that looks about right. Do I go for it? I think I do. Yeah, let's take it. Let's take it. And we also threaten this right here. We don't even need to play this move. Although the queen might go here, but then we go here. And then we're going to either pick up this or this. If they take, we are going to take this. Alright, yeah, let's go here. We're going to pick up either the bishop or the rook. If the bishop takes, we take this. They take back. We take this. They take that. And then we have a pawn, I think. And our pawn is still very strong. Yeah, I think this is better. This definitely does feel like a really good position overall. Especially because we're up a pawn. That's like the main reason. If we weren't up a pawn, then this would be really bad. Alright, let's simply... Oops, that would have been a bad mouse slip. Let's take this. And then, do we just keep pushing, maybe? No, because then our pawn is super weak and vulnerable. So let's go right here. Let's attack this. They take, we take. They might defend themselves with this. If that happens, we take. And then maybe here, takes, here, there, here, and we're gonna win the game. Although they might go here. But then we cut the king off. Yes, that works. That feels winning. Let's go here. They're gonna play rook c1. Check, and then here? Yeah, let's go here. Yes, this is winning. If they go here, we take. Okay, we win. They have this right here. No, they don't. No. This takes, and then they take our pawn. That's probably their best bet. Yeah, that's what's probably going to happen, I suppose. If rook here, yeah, we just take. Let's not pre-move anything, though. We're not pre-moving. I guess this, like, I don't know. I don't know if this really shows the comparison between an 1800 and a 1900, but, like, I mean, I definitely did outplay them this game. But I think there probably was a point where they were much better. And I wouldn't be surprised during the game review. Okay, so we win that game. So we're down 5 elo because we only got paired against lower elo players. But anyways, let's review these two games, and yeah. Alright, so I have the two games here. In the first game, I played at an impressive 94.5% accuracy. Although that's most likely because I played really terribly and it was a very short game. And yeah, this game, I think the main blunder was definitely allowing that fork. Like, yeah, this is the huge blunder right here. And I think from this point on, they probably played close to a perfect game. I mean, yeah, look at that. Pretty much all excellence or best moves. And then they had this brilliant move right here, which I really should have not let them have. And then, yeah, right here, I let them win the rook. And then I resigned the game because, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to come back from this position. Because my opponent is actually, like, a decent elo. Now, if my opponent was, like, 1400, I obviously would keep fighting. But, I mean, they're 1800. 1800s probably know how to win positions up a queen pretty decently. So, yeah, I resigned the game here. This was a pretty bad game. I think I went through a bit of, like, tilt here. Like, I think I got a bit too frustrated. But luckily, I was able to bring it back in the second game. And I got most of my elo back. But... it's not going to be 1942, unfortunately. And I think I'm actually, like, motivated to play a couple games off camera, so, I guess you'll see a pretty drastic update in my elo, or maybe you won't, to be honest. But anyways, right here, I'm already in a pretty good position, but I played this wrong. I was just supposed to take the pawn, that was a very unfortunate miss by me, but, like, the position stayed pretty equal, although there was a point right here where I definitely shouldn't have taken this pawn, but it just looked too good, and then after that, I brought my knight here, and I was at least able to defend this, a-pawn for a little bit, and then this a-pawn actually did end up being the hero of the story. They actually didn't want me to take here. I wonder why. Let's see what they wanted. Alright, they wanted just rook a7. I guess that makes sense, to keep defense over everything. But it just looks so nice having a free pawn. And, you know, it's still, like, winning here, minus 0.7. And after I played this, they, played rook c5, which was a bad idea. What did they want? Did they just want him to take? They did. Because I guess a queen defending this pawn is a lot worse than a rook defending that pawn. But to be honest, like, it worked out for me. And then they played this. We took, which is not a good idea, actually. I wonder why. Oh, no. I didn't want to see why the opponent's move was bad. I want to see why my trade is bad. Alright, they just want me to go to f6. I guess it's because you're still threatening a pawn. I just thought, like, queen here. Yeah, the queen still defends everything, but I guess this isn't a good idea. Maybe it's because this pawn is just super powerful. I suppose, but it definitely made the position so much easier, just being able to push this pawn. But then this was their mistake right here. I forgot that they didn't actually have to take this pawn. They could have probably just gone here or something, and then they could have kept great defense over this pawn. But anyways, yeah, I played a2. Then I played rook fb8. I played 2 great moves in a row. Very nice. And if they were to play something like this, and then what would I play? I'd play rook b2, and I'd have a huge scope over everything, and this king is never going to be able to get to my, is never going to be able to get to my rook, because let's just say the king goes here, and then I, like, slowly march to get these pawns. I don't think this is even the best line, but let's say they play something like this, then we always have this check that we can throw in, and we're going to, oh, actually, that's not even what they want. What do they want here? Do they want me to just take the pawn? I guess so. Like, this pawn is always a huge target right here, so I guess the king has to stay close to this pawn. That makes sense. But anyways, they let my rook get here early, and if they were to play rook bc1 here, then we would take, they would take back, we would make a queen, they take my queen, I would take their rook, and I'd be up a rook for a pawn, and this would be a pretty easy victory. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye!